I got it in here. One other thing, marriage. Marriage is an opportunity for self-growth. It's an opportunity for self-discovery, you see. Having children is also an opportunity for further maturing of your personality, for further personality development. Because of course, if you work honestly in your marriage, you work honestly in your love relationship, it helps you to see who and what you are. If you have a good, honest relationship with another person, that person serves as a mirror to help you see the real you. And in seeing the real you, you correct the flaws and you correct the weaknesses and you deal with the weaknesses and so forth. So if the other person is understanding and not condemning, if the other person is not over idealizing you, needs to make you some great hero or some god or goddess, it then will give you a chance then to grow. If they accept you for who you are, with the idea though that acceptance means that you will continue to grow and develop, you see, then they're providing a real, natural, and healthy kind of love for you. Marriage and having children provides that kind of opportunity. If the people are not afraid, if they're not hiding things, if they're not filled with self-hatred and hostility, if they want to be honest with each other and open with each other, then they will grow in strength and power and love, and their families will grow beautifully and wonderfully. When you have children, often they make you reflect back upon your own childhood. Often we use our children to correct the things that happened to us as children. Some of us do it the wrong way, though. We're so determined that they're not going to have the kind of childhood we had as children. We end up spoiling them.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Can you hear me, Cassandra?
I can. You sound great. Yeah.
There's still some more technical difficulties. I'm on a different computer. It's I don't know what's going on, but
Can you
it's
hear
all
me
good.
okay?
Yeah, you clear to me.
Okay, you sound good for now. Yeah,
Okay. All right. That's what's up. So how you doing?
I'm good. How was your day?
I'm good. I'm good. Shouts out to Karma 804 in the building. Appreciate you coming through.
Time to work. All right, welcome.
It's out the time to work. Appreciate you coming through, my brother. Um, all right, yeah. So how you doing today, Cassandra? My bad.
Amazing. I hear an echo a little bit, just a little bit though, after I talk. I didn't hear it then though.
Are you? I
Okay.
can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
No.
Okay, I didn't hear it then. I hear it sometime, but not all the time. So just go ahead. It's fine. It's so faint you can't hear it. How's it sound to you guys? Karma 804. How's it sound?
Uh, well, we'll just try to get through it. I don't know, Cassandra. Something
Yeah,
going
you
on.
sound fine. Let's just go through it. It's fine.
Yeah. So we definitely got interesting topics, but before we get into it, Cassandra, I want to show you something. I don't know if you saw it. You probably saw it already, but hopefully this worked. All right. So am I echoing? Am I clear?
You sound good.
Cool, cool. So did you see this, Cassandra, about this reparations thing in California? All
Isn't
right.
that the
Thank you,
second
Carmen.
time? Isn't that the second time? Didn't
The
he do
bill
it
was put
again
in the
like last year?
Appropriations Bureau in the states for California's.
You said didn't
Didn't
he
he
do it
do that?
last year?
Didn't he do that and vetoed it?
You said he did it last year?
So now he dangling another carrot. But
Oh
go
wait,
ahead.
hold on. Some playing back. Oh wait, hold on. Some playing back. I don't know, Cassandra. Every time I share the screen, some playing back somewhere. I don't know where.
I'm not hearing anything right now.
Okay.
Maybe just play it and don't say anything. Just play it and then we'll do like we did last time.
Yeah. Let's see what happened.
The bills create a reparations bureau in the state civil rights department, a system for determining who's eligible and other financial supports. Cheryl Grills is a member of the state's reparations task force.
We uncovered so much that it led to an 1,100-page report with 115 recommendations for repair.
After that report, Governor Gavin Newsom formally apologized for California's role in slavery and racism. Grills says the public's trust is now at stake. If he vetoes these bills,
it would smack of dishonesty, right? Because on one hand, you're saying, yes, something happened and we need to understand it to its fullest extent, and then we need to address it. And so you say that on one hand, and so then when we point out everything and then nothing is done, how can I trust you? How can I trust government?
the legislature estimated it could cost anywhere from tens to hundreds of millions of dollars to create and run the Reparations Bureau at a time when California is running a budget deficit in the billions. To people who say the state can't afford it, Grills says,
if not now, when? We're going to always have budget challenges. And thank God no one said that when they were trying to advance ending enslavement.
She says if the governor vetoes the bills,
we're going to keep at it. You know, like that Energizer battery commercial from back in the day.
Now, consider you saw that.
I heard about it. Phil Scott talked about it a little bit the other night. So, but I thought they did this 2 years ago when they did a study. Remember the study that he vetoed? So now he must be running for president and he wants your vote. So he's going to dangle that carrot like the Democrats usually do. And hopefully you'll bite, but I won't be biting because my thing is, if that bill is not cleared and the money's not in my account and you have some money attached to it first, because he's not attached to any money. He's not attached any money to it, right? So if that money's not attached to it or it's not in my account, you're not getting my vote anyway. But I'm not voting for him anyway, but I'm just saying.
Right.
That's another carrot.
Well, I mean, as much studies as they do, millions of dollars, they should know every damn thing by now.
Yeah, they just did a study, so
Jeez.
he should just use other study he just had. So this is another thing, and it's gonna take another 2 years, 2 or 3 years, like the last one did, and then he gonna, wait until after the vote and say, hey, if I get in, then we'll do da 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 da. No, bitch, you do that before you get in. You don't give me no money, ain't no money attached to it, no dollar amount. Yeah, you can keep on scratching your behind with somebody else. You can dangle that over there with the Mexicans, because I'm not interested. Because I know it's just another scam again. I would never vote for them ever. I'd vote green or blue, green or red or orange or somebody. I would never vote for a red or blue, never, because I already know they're not going to do anything for us. They never have, ever. And people say they have, then you show me one thing they ever did for just Black people, like they've done just for the Chinese or just for the Jews. You know what I'm saying? So no.
I agree with you. I think this is a good one. I don't know.
California's Governor Gavin Newsom just made a controversial move on reparations. He signed a $6 million law for California State University to study how to confirm who's a descendant of enslaved people, but he vetoed several other racial justice bills championed by the state's Black Caucus. Those rejected bills included giving college admission preferences to descendants of enslaved people, setting aside housing loans for Black families, and investigating land taken through racial discrimination. Assemblymember Isaac Bryan called Newsom's decision more than disappointing, saying California is backing away from its own promises of equality. Newsom defended the vetoes, arguing some bills were legally risky or unnecessary, while activists say the governor is delaying real reparations. Supporters of the new law call it a step toward accountability. Critics say it's just a stall tactic. So what do you think? Is this study progress or a political detour on the path to reparations?
Okay, my brother said, but so I'll use the actual radio news, so you don't think it's me making it up.
I'm Andrew Bowen, filling in for Jade Hindman. On today's show, California breaks new ground.
Care tailored to each member. With our integrated network of primary and specialty care, we work together.
Of the statewide reparations effort. The vetoed bills were related to university admissions, home buying, and unjust property seizures. This comes days after Newsom signed Senate Bill 518 to establish a state bureau for descendants of American slavery. Joining me with the details is Katie Hyson. She covers racial justice and social equity for KPBS. And Katie, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
So Newsom vetoed a series of bills last night.
Oh yeah, let's ask this white girl real quick what she think.
Prior to that, he had signed. And before we get into the specifics of all of these bills, remind us how we got to this point.
It took a century and a half since emancipation for a state to
All right,
take
so
concrete.
all right, so we're not gonna go through. We know how we got to this point. They kidnapped us. They have committed crazy crimes against us. We have done nothing but cry and ask them for whatever, and they have said no. But we'll now write a book about it and let you read it and pay us for it. So that's to bring you up, so you don't gotta listen to all of that. So what you think about this though? Because he did veto it, so he will give you a study though.
Right. So what are we doing again? What are we doing the same thing again? This is just time wasting. He wasted $6 million to do this. Really? Could have just gave us that money as a start, as a down payment for our vote. I'm not saying this gonna be what it's gonna cost me. That's his down payment. That's $6 million. He could have given us that as a start, but he chose to spend it on creating something that he should have created 2 years ago. Then when he did the first bill or whatever, study. This is like the second study. So what's different in this study and the last study? I don't understand. So we all know what this is about. And if black folk, and you know what sad part is, black folk gonna vote for him.
Yeah.
Because we do the same thing. We, just like the midterms
Lesser of
coming.
two evils, consider it's the lesser of two
Yeah,
evils.
yeah, that's what I hear. I don't want either. Why do we have to choose either? I don't choose evil for evil. I don't, because they both evil is evil. There's no better or greater or lower. There's evil. Evil is evil. I don't know what you mean, lesser of two. I don't know what that means. But hey, you want to keep going around the rosary? This. I mean, come on, 500 years, right? We still going around the same rosary. The only way things are gonna get better if we do for us, we separate from them. Period. That's the only way out of all of this, and that's what Dr. Claude Anderson told us.
And look, let me show you this, because it's something I be saying all the time, but now that white people saying it, y'all might believe it. Because I try to be like, show me where we even like citizens, like they use specific words and they stuff like persons. And is you a person? I don't think so.
And right around that time period, around 1865, 66, 67, somewhere in there is when they redefined the word person, and they redefined the word person to include legal fictions such as estates, trusts, partnerships, associations, companies, and corporations.
So during the time of the Civil War, they redefined the term person.
So you understand what he's saying, right? Like that's around the time of this 14th, 15th Amendment, where it made these corporations persons, more so than you, right? They redefined what persons mean, but I don't even feel like going deep into all of that. That's just for whenever y'all want to come up and try to convince me how American that you are. But all right, let me play this one, consider.
I remember when I turned black. Do you remember when you turned black? I mean, since we're talking about when folks turned black, I can absolutely remember when the world changed for me. I was in kindergarten, and they had begun busing the schools in Wisconsin, where I was at school, at an all-black school. This was 1975, maybe 76. And we were walking home from school, my brother and I. And there was a group of white people outside with glass bottles and sticks. And the sticks had like nails in them. And some of them had what looked like signs. I guess I know it now. And they were yelling. And they were yelling. And there was no one there. And we were walking home, and there were children outside of myself and my brother who were trying to get home because we walked home. And I remember being called a monkey, and you're not going to school with my kids, and we don't want your black so-and-so and so-and-so over here, you N-word this and N-word that. And across the street, I could see my mother in a trench coat. And she walked across the street, and it was as if her presence scared them all. And the crowd opened up like the Red Sea, and it parted for her. And she took our hands, and she said, "Hold your head up." I'll never forget that day. And when we got home, we learned we were black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we tired? This has been going on for a long time. A very, very long time. That's why I have chosen to exit. That's one reason right there. I'm tired of it. I've had enough. And black folk don't have sense enough to separate from them. The only way you're going to be safe is to get away from them. Let them devils have each other. But we so dumb. And I don't really mean to say that. I mean, we've been led in this building because we trusted somebody that was working with some people that he had no business working with.
No, consider. Go ahead and say it. Dumb as hell, cowards, scared, punks. Go ahead and say all of it.
Well, I'm just saying, we trusted somebody
What
that
up, Koku?
we trusted somebody that didn't have our best interest, but we thought, because he looked like us, that he had our best interest, but he didn't. And that's the sad part about it. We still sleeping. We still trust that person. Even today, we'll take up for that person, knowing that his dream was not, okay, a godly dream. Because if it was, we wouldn't be in the predicament we're in now. It was almost like the children of Israel. They went back, right? We went back. When they was free. Remember back in the day when our ancestors got free, they said, they was mumbling, we should have stayed. Okay, well, we didn't stay. We went back and got back up under them, like 30, 40, 50 years later, 100, quite a few years later, because we thought things had changed. But it hasn't. It's still the same. Nothing's changed since 1963-5. And now it's going back to the 50s and the 40s right now.
No, consider it. You want to see how bad it is?
Oh Lord, do I really? Do I really?
You said this wasn't on perfect. I got to do it now. You said it's not perfect. All right, watch these couple jokes. And shouts out to Better Medicine Podcast in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to that, brother. And I was checking y'all out this weekend.
Black women with MAGA hats on in Chicago, all over the place. They want the guard to come in, or they don't care who comes in. They just want to be safe. And they really don't care. There was one woman, she was great today. She said, you know what? I don't care if it's the National Guard, the Army, the Marines, the Air Force. I don't care who comes in as long as we're safe. And that's the way most of the public feels. We're going to make Chicago really great again. So you have.
So we're relying on racist white folk to make us safe. I don't even know what to say about that. That is the saddest thing ever. You can't make yourself safe. You looking for white folk to make you safe who ain't never like you.
Trump
This
can make
is what they
safe.
did. This is what they did when they used those pastors and put drugs in our neighborhood. Then Biden did the three, did the what did he call it? Biden's law, and black folk was behind him on that. Are we stupid? You think that man really gives a crap about you and your black babies? Are you an idiot?
Look,
do you really believe either party cares about you? Your black anything? If they did, they would see the police. They would do something about the police who's murdering you in the streets. And we really believe that this man is going to make us safe again. Give me a break.
Again.
Give me a
Wait, check.
break.
Watch this, because watch this. Watch this.
People really miss peace once it's gone. I really hope more people speak out like she is. Play the clip.
Some of y'all might get mad at me. And at this point, I don't give a damn. I'm not into politics. I'm not into all of that extra stuff that people be losing their life over. I ain't into all that. We human. Whatever. But I will say thank you to Trump for bringing these National Guards and doing what they're doing down here in Memphis right now. You know, for the first time in 5 years. I've been in my home for 5 years. And for the first time, my kids have been able to play in the backyard and be able to do it comfortably. I haven't heard a gunshot in 2 weeks. I haven't seen strange people walk up and down the street. Just a few weeks ago, I had somebody walk on the side of my house. None of that action's going on. I haven't seen no young YNs at the store posted. I haven't seen an Infinity fly past me in weeks. I'm sitting on my porch right now, and I'm watching kids outside playing. Amen. People outside walking with their kids, stuff I ain't never seen before living in my neighborhood. Amen. But all because we feel safe in this environment, unfortunately, because of the things that are happening here in the city. Amen. I hate it had to be this way, but I'm happy. Thank the Lord Jesus. I'm happy. Honestly, I truly feel.
He said, "Thank the Lord Jesus."
I think there's something.
Wait,
Men.
hold on. Let Bakari brother speak. This down in Atlanta. This Bakari boy, and I don't know if you know him for real, but for this purpose, that's this Bakari brother.
Y'all done clean Memphis up. I see so many videos of Memphis happy. And as a homeowner, as a working man, as an entrepreneur, come to Atlanta. I beg of you. Get these YNs off these streets. Get these water boys off these streets. Come on. Because these males ain't doing these doing Trump. Come to Atlanta. National Guard. Come on. Get these young out of here. Get these YNs out of here. Come on.
Come kill your babies.
Come on.
Ain't that something?
That's the Lord. I see the work you do. I'm not one of them. I'm a
Come
black man.
kill your babies.
What the say, I feel about me walking outside. I'll walking my dog without having to walk with a pew-pew. Bring Atlanta back.
Whose fault is this?
Atlanta back. Get rid of these YNs and these single mom raising.
Whose fault is it? He got the nerve to say single mama's doing it. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? That's what I need to understand. Whose fault is it when your children, your black children, is running around here acting crazy as hell? Whose fault is it? It ain't just the single women. Where the men at? Where the daddies? It takes two to make a baby. So you want Trump, a racist man, to come in and kill your black babies. You about the dumbest dummy I ever heard. The National Guard will be there for a week or 2 weeks. Then what you gonna do after they're gone? So where are those young babies that they're collecting off those streets? Where are they taking them to, and where are they gonna end up? Are we thinking about that? Those are your babies. Those are your future. So you mad? You excited to see a racist man come in your area and clean your area up when you as the man should have been doing it because God left our men in charge. That's supposed to be his job. That's his job. That's a disgrace when you have a black man begging a white man to come in and straighten his house up. That's disgusting. That's how brainwashed black folk is. That's how brainwashed. You're excited that somebody came and did your job. That was your job, bro. You ought to be embarrassed. You ought to be embarrassed. Sound like the Congo had a civil war and begged Trump to come over there. Well, are we crazy? Are we kidding here? Have we gotten that low where we can't handle our own problems? That's what they've done to Black people. That's sad. This is the saddest day ever to me. You got Black folk begging white folk, please come save us, master. Please. What are you doing? You don't know how to save yourself? You don't know how to clean that up? Oh, God. I'll rest with that. This is the saddest thing ever for me.
Yeah. And listen, I don't know what to say because like you said it all, that you're asking this dude to come in, but this is why Black people are in the situation that we're in. Because the truth is, we are weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, who faulted it? It's their fault. Like, I'm not gonna ever say it's not their fault, but it's our responsibility. Because they're like, that's how they want it. Like, they want to be in control of the resources of everything in life. You know what I'm saying? So, why would they ever stop doing it? It's our responsibility to change. But you have weak ass men. You got weak women, just weak ass Black people, and then we wonder why we can't get nowhere. Is because what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to walk around your own neighborhood and be like, yo, you sister, you good, or whatever the case may be, and you clean them up off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you said, we asking them for help and all of that stuff. But then we're gonna, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what they're gonna do then. Who knows? And so, consider we're gonna go into this, because I guess I ain't paid attention to this because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be real. Like I get it, like because like them fools is some clones, as I say. You know what I'm saying? But I see the ones who are liberal Black people who love everybody is just as weak. Who sit up there, like that's why I be disgusted because both sides is weak as hell. It's just cowardly. You know what I'm saying? And I don't separate the difference because when they turn around and bite you in the ass, then we be like, damn, why did they who have never done anything other than what they continue to do, even to each other? But then y'all look at me like I'm crazy for pointing it out. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I should have never read a book and just been quiet and went to work. But I still would have been mad because that's what I don't understand. I still would have been mad that I got to go to work every single day and barely make enough money to do anything. They take my tax money, don't fix my areas. Like that stuff doesn't make y'all mad just on the humble, like let alone not learning why and how and all of that stuff. But anyway, so I guess a lot of brothers would be like, take up for this sister here.
Attorney General Letitia James can't seem to figure out why Trump and some of his supporters are calling her a racist. Yeah, about that.
We are all in this together now. And so we've got to stand up to the federal government. We've got to stand up to bullies. We've got to stand up to an administration which is too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale. And we will not go away silently. We will not be silent in the face of this oppression.
Right, and she wants us all to believe that the case she brought against Trump isn't politically motivated or personal in any way. Well, I got a ton of videos that prove otherwise, and I'll be sharing them over the next few days. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to follow and let me know.
Consider what that makes sense to me is like why Black people is like surprised that like fools like this dude is a hypocrite. Like don't we understand like they're retarded and like I don't know how.
I don't even know what to say. I'm waiting on the Democrats to come out and back her. That's what I'm waiting. This is who she did it for, right? She went after him for the Democrats, right? I don't see one Democrat backing her.
I don't understand why black people care about certain things so much. It doesn't
Right,
make sense to
right.
me.
But why didn't she care enough about that inmate who died in jail by those white supremacy guards that she's never brought charges against? Remember that? Remember that story? You might want to pull that
No,
story up.
I ain't know
Yeah,
nothing about it.
yeah, yeah. Oh, really? Oh my God. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna show it to you.
Yeah. Let me know. I'll play
Ooh,
it
this
whenever you ready.
man. But go ahead. Go ahead and talk. Let me find it.
Uh, yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Um, so let's see here. I ain't. I have my whole thing crashed, so I ain't even got the right video. So we'll just see what happens.
First, speaking of breaking news, let's stay on it. The news that's breaking in the last hour here in New York as Joe Khalil joins us. Letitia James, the New York State Attorney General, Joe, has been indicted, right, on a federal charge. What's the latest?
Yeah, Connell, and the charge that came down from that grand jury is one count of fraud. We haven't seen the actual charging documents yet, but what we do know is that the probe into Letitia James started actually at a federal housing authority official, Bill Pulte, that works for the Trump administration, and he brought forward a recommendation, which is very unusual for someone in his position, to the Department of Justice, asking them to charge or to at least seek an indictment for Letitia James based on an account, he says, where she purchased a home in Virginia for her niece and claimed that it was going to be her primary residence. Now, Letitia James's attorneys have denied all wrongdoing, and actually her attorney put forward a letter that he says basically disproves that allegation. Still, we are now left at a point here where this is the second person out of three that President Trump just a couple of weeks ago put on Truth Social that he wanted to see prosecuted. The first one was James Comey. He was indicted. The second person on that list, Tish James. She is now indicted. The third person, Senator Adam Schiff, and we've not heard anything in that sense yet. Now, obviously, this is not happening in a vacuum, Connell. The U.S. Attorney, Lindsay Halligan, who brought these charges forward and ultimately got this indictment, she has been in this role, the U.S. Attorney, for all of 17 days. Now, remember, there was another.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pull it up, consider. But yeah, you want to say something about this? Because what I find interesting though is like they would call her just like now she would go out the way to be like I ain't racist. Racist is wrong and all this other stuff, but they would call her just as racist as they would call you, consider, even though she is not. She probably don't have a racist bone in her body. Well, unfortunately, black people can't be racist, not because we don't have the power, and that's just that. All that stuff is true, but what I'm saying, what y'all made me understand is, you know, why we can't be racist is because we ain't got the heart to be like we are.
Exactly.
And we're so want to be
Exactly.
so righteous. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as righteousness. It's like you either have it or you don't. You either protect
Exactly.
your family or you don't. Like you talking about, oh, let me do it the right way. Well, how is it right if your kid is dead? You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
the like you think a lion or whatever, an animal in the thing, like, oh, let me wait the right way. No, a dog is gonna be a dog. It could be any kind of dog, but they're gonna act like a dog, you know? It
Mhm.
happens, you know. But anyway, Cassandra, you wanna say something? I'm gonna try to pull it up.
I'm just like looking at this and I'm shaking my head because I'm like, she should have known. Why would you mess with that fool? Why not send an old white man that was ready to retire to get it? I'm just saying. And when are we gonna see the Democrats stand up for her? Because that's who she did it for. The Democratic Party. Trying to get another, I guess she wanted to be governor next. I don't know what it is. But why didn't she stand down and let somebody else go after him? Because she should have known he was coming. Because fools like that, you know how you fight a bully, you got to make sure they down, right? And because they get up, you're done. But that's not what she did.
Say that again, Cassandra. How you
They,
fight a bully?
I'm just saying, make sure they down. They're done. You can't just, you got to make sure you take them out. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what she did because they were still backing him. Even though They was trying to make her think that they was going after him. What harm did they do to him besides bring him up on charges but didn't take him to jail? He never did get any jail time, did he? 34 felonies. Did they have a sentencing day? As of today, still has not been sentenced. So
Yeah,
what
that's true.
difference did it make?
Yeah, I never seen a felon that never went to
I've
jail.
never seen a felon that has never gotten sentenced. 34
But
felons.
have you seen? Let me ask you this, considering like if a country loses a war, have you ever seen a side that loses a war that still can fly their flag?
Only America. I'm sorry, that's my little part. Only America.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the Confederate flag still be flying at some of these courthouses. So
But
how could
wait,
they have
but
lost the war?
they said they didn't lose. They
Well,
said
that's
they
what they
didn't lose.
said.
That's what they said.
They also said they was gonna rise again. So,
They said they didn't lose.
well, all right. So let me play this because I ain't hear about this one.
Oh, what?
Meanwhile, the prison inmate brought to a new prison
Yeah,
in
I was
upstate
probably
New
out
York.
of
What he
it.
say within half an hour of arriving there, the inmate was clinically dead. Tonight, hear the disturbing police video, and now 9 former corrections officers are charged. Here's Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, multiple corrections officers seen in this disturbing body camera video beating Robert Brooks at a New York State prison, now charged in his death. Brooks had just been transferred to the Marcy Correctional Facility near Utica.
About a half an hour later, he was clinically dead.
6 former officers charged with murder, all 6 plus 3 others charged with manslaughter. Last December, the officers seen choking, punching, and kicking the 43-year-old in the face, torso, and genitals.
I think any sentient human being looking at the tapes naturally comes to the conclusion that he must have said something. He must have spit at the officers. He must have resisted in some way. And the fact of the matter is, he did absolutely nothing.
In autopsy
All right,
finding
because
Brooks,
if he had spit on him, that would have made it okay. What is he talking about anyway? And she could have brought charges and didn't. You there, Cassandra? All right, she probably doing her thing.
I got you. I'm listening, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna bring up the next thing, because so we can get because the thing you wanted to talk about with Julius Malema. Um, so yeah, let me play this one.
Accused 1, in respect of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are found guilty as charged. Accused 2, Mr. Snyman, in respect of counts 4 and 6, you are found not guilty and discharged. You may be
Wait,
seated.
is this court in Africa, South Africa, where the white girl sitting there talking about you found guilty?
Mr. Moreno, the matter is postponed to the 23rd of January for the pre-sentence reports. Now, in this regard, I want to place on record, I am not sure as to whether the defense, being Advocate Douglas and myself, will be reading evidence or calling witnesses in that regard, and then the state to address. So, depending on how much time is utilized in that process, I cannot say sentence will be pronounced on the same day. It depends on what.
See, and this is what pisses me off, right? And y'all know the answer to this. Like, who determines the damn rules? You know what I'm saying? And the truth is whoever is willing to stand on what they willing to stand on. You telling me like even the charges that they put on these people. See, this is the part of hypocrisy where they'll send the army in to invade you and then arrest you for a firearms charge. Like what white world where any kind of black leader or any kind of position, especially in the black nation, to be sentenced by or like to be sat there and talked to by, because it already pisses me off. Maybe I got a problem with authority, but to go into a court and I got to sit there and listen to a white bitch or something, and I'm in America and that's not even the black nation, so I would be like a thousand times more offended that a white judge sitting there scolding me talking about some damn firearms. Like, when you wouldn't even be here right now sitting there as a judge if it wasn't for firearms in the first place and the death of me and my people, you know what I'm saying? But you better not hold no gun. You better not do this. You better not do that. And the truth is, like, well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna call the police on you. And then you gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna do nothing because the police gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? They put the fear of whatever that you believe in you, to where if you really believed it, then you would go meet them anyway. But we ain't gonna do nothing. And I ain't excluding myself, but um we ain't gonna try them. We ain't gonna do nothing because we know that they will kill us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so tired of the double standards, though. They can, but you can't. And anytime now, Julius ran his mouth, right? But that's what he does, right? But remember when that's from South Africa. South Africa president came to the United States, and Trump asked him, "Why is that man not in jail?" So he went back, and here we go. Now they brought him up on charges from 2018. But didn't they do NFAC like that? They did him the same way. Didn't they do what's her, Marilyn Mosey? Remember, she was trying to bring those police officers up on charges. Remember, they always use their system. And now Letitia James going through the same thing that Marilyn Mosby went through when they was trying to take her, because she was the DA, right, of Baltimore, and they ruined her career. Same way, because they said, "Oh, you getting to be an uppity little N-word," okay? Because she brought the police officers up on charges. So now they're gonna do this Letitia James the same way. So when do we shut it down? When do we get to the place where we're shutting them down from using their system against us when they feel like we uppity Negroes? Because they did the NFAC man the same way. Remember, he wasn't bothering them. He was trying to work with them. And they brought him up on charges, same way, the gun charges, and gave him 7 years. Now they're going to turn around and give Melinda, because they want to shut him down. They don't want him to talk because they trying to do some dirt in South Africa. And if we don't shut this Negro down, but if we show everybody else that we can shut him down, then we got the whole South Africa. Nobody will stand up after this one. Oh, they think they slick. They think they slick. But I'm going to tell you what, if black folk don't protect him and shut it down and rise up, South Africa will change. This will change South Africa for the remainder. Nobody after this dude will ever rise again in South Africa because they scared. Now they could have had him as president. They chose not to because he was too militant. But that's what they needed and didn't even know it. Just like the dude in Burkina Faso, right? What are they doing? He was taking up for his people. He kicked out the French, kicked out America. He said, "I want to do for my people." How many times? They've tried to kill this man 23 times, right? 23, 25 times already. But my thing is, what are we going to do about it? How do we shut them down from using their system, their crooked system against us? We got to get to a point where we say, "Look, you're not arresting me for anything. All this crime your ass is committing, all this treason you committing, all of this using your system against me because you can, because I don't bow down to you, or because I think for myself and I have a voice. You trying to shut my voice down?" Because that's all it was. Because he was, singing a song, "Kill the Wars, Kill the Wars." How many songs have they sung about black people, destroying black people? How many songs did they not sing, but you still see them doing it? But nobody goes after them. Nobody uses that system they never use that same system after their own, do they? It's always about a black person, always about shutting us down, always about making sure them Negroes obey me. Oh, you talking uppity, you uppity Negro? So let's use our system and let's give you some time. That's what they do now. They don't kill you, they give you jail time. And that's what they're doing. Like those mayors, bringing them up on money laundering charges. But these are things that they do. They do all the time.
Because and not to make this, but it has to be said though, because one thing that they used to do to like they ain't just kill you, they used to rape you in front of
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
especially the rebellious ones, so that you don't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And
And they still raping you. They still doing it. So how do we shut it down? Give me some ideas. How do we shut this system down
it's
to where you're
only
not going to arrest me? It's only going to take one way. But are we
it's
ready
only
to
one
do it?
answer. Yeah,
It's
no,
only
we're
one
not.
way. It's only one way. Only one. But we not ready to do it.
They
Only
have a
one way.
whole country though.
A whole country that's theirs. These foreigners, these Dutchmen, British, wherever, came from wherever, right? Send their asses back. That's exactly what I would do. Send them back. Get out. You don't know how to act. You come in here and act a racist in a black country. Get your asses out and go back to the Caucasus Mountains. Go back to Germany. Go back to wherever it is you came from. Go back to Dutch. Go back to Belgium. Go back to wherever it was you came from. That's where you need to go. Because you weren't born here. Your family came here. So you was born here, but you're not African. You came from your DNA is from Dutch, Germany, Russia, all in places, right? Poland, all in place, Turkey, all in places. Go back there. You don't like black people, but you want to be over black people. You want to always keep them submitting to you. The guy wanted, Julian Melendez was talking about the land. Let's take the land back. They stole the land from my ancestors. Let's give it back, take it back without reparations, without any monies, nothing. Because you stole it. How am I going to pay you for stealing my land? And that's why they don't want him. That's why they're locking him up. That's why they're trying to quiet him. But when do we shut it down? And how do we shut it down? I know how, but I want you to tell me how. How do we do it? What we need to do? What needs to happen?
Put it this way, Cassidra. Could you see that fat white girl judge giving him a hug on the stand?
Oh, I was waiting on the hug. I'm still waiting. You got 15 years, bro. I'm just waiting. Where's the hug? Where's the forgive you? Where's that? I forgive you, Julius. We're not gonna put you. We're gonna come on. I got you.
Please, can
We're
I
not
hug
gonna
her,
give you no
please?
time. Here, okay. See what I'm saying?
Well,
See?
I guess that. So that's all I'm saying is that's why it happens in your own countries, because you let somebody else come in and tell
Come
you what
in.
the rules is. Like,
Exactly.
only like the rules is whatever it is. Like, in the reality of the real world, the rules are whoever sets the rules,
That's
because they are down to set the rules and they stand on it. It's just like if you cross me and I'd be like, yo, you violate my boundary, and I let you violate my boundary,
right,
then you're gonna keep doing it every day. And what if I be like, yo, hey, stop, you violate my boundary? And you be like, so what? I'm gonna do it again.
That's right.
And now I have to be like, listen, I'm gonna have to enforce something to make sure my boundaries is good, so that I'm safe and comfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And the next time you follow through, you don't keep talking.
You don't
Just
keep
like when
talking.
they did, what's that guy named? The president. What was the black guy? For years they kept him in jail. What was that? What was his name?
Are you
You know
talking
what I'm
about
talking
Mandela?
about? Yes. There they punked that dude out. When he died, he was a full-blooded punk. A full-blooded. They kept him in jail for 30-some years. And then they turned around and made him president. Ain't that something? What did he do for them people? They want to show them. They want to show them we can do you the same way. They kept that Negro in jail for 30-some odd years. He got out, divorced his wife, and married some other woman, right? But they showed the world how they punked him out. I would never want to run for president. No, I'm not going to do that. But he had to do it. They had to show the world. Look at what we did to this was your leader. This was the man. This was their man. They kept that man in jail so long and then turned around and did what? Made him president. And he did absolutely nothing for South Africa. Absolutely nothing. Divorced his wife and remarried somebody else. He told her he couldn't forgive her. What the hell? I was holding on to you for 30 years. Then you gonna get out of jail and divorce me and go with somebody else. Ain't that something? But she waited 30 years for him.
That's cool.
Made him president to show the world we made a bitch out of him. I'm sorry, that's what it is. That's what it did. That's what they did. That's
Ain't
what they
gotta
did.
apologize. That's what
That's what they
happened.
did. And it's the saddest thing ever. When he came out, he was the sorriest thing ever. You went from a pit to a poodle. I'm like, what happened? What a pit? Rottweiler. What happened to a poodle?
They break you down. Like
Oh, and they broke him down to nothing. He died a full-blown woman. Now rest with that.
And I keep going. I don't know why this keep making sounds and skipping,
That's
but
fine. Yep, it's fine.
okay. I don't know. I'm just picking some stuff.
Accused 1.
Damn. All right, here we go.
A 7-year-long wait has culminated in Julius Malema being found guilty of contravening the Firearms Control Act.
You may stand up, accused 1 and 2. Accused 1, in respect of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are found guilty as charged.
But Malema has vowed not to take this decision lying down. Instead, he has promised his supporters that he will do whatever it takes to get this decision overturned.
We are going to fight this up until the Constitutional Court. We are coming on the 23rd of January for sentencing, and after sentencing, we will immediately put an appeal so that we can go to the higher court because we think a judgment is faulty.
His co-accused and former bodyguard, charged with handing over the rifle to Malema on stage, says he plans to sue.
Mr. Snyman and TSS will be taking legal action for damages against the SAPS and the state, the NPA, and those within it who are responsible for bringing and pursuing these charges.
All right, Cassidra, I don't know what to say about that, because it's pissing me off a little bit because is they in America or in Europe or something?
That's in South Africa. Isn't that the Julius Malema? Yeah, that's in South Africa.
Ain't no way. They got to be in Germany or something.
No, I swear, I'm telling you, South Africa. And this is what they do. But where's black folk? They said, oh, we hold our leaders accountable. What the hell are you talking about? All that dirt them leaders, them white leaders doing over there, and you ain't done nothing, but you won't even black. This man went to bat for y'all black behinds. And you won't support him? Are we? This is what they do. But they got us so brainwashed against our own, we won't even back our own. If they allow them to shut this man down, South Africa is done. They're done. They're done. He was the only one stopping them from going back into apartheid because he called them out on their BS. He was the only one. But now they shut him down. Who's going to stop him? Who's going to call him out? Nobody, because them niggas scared. Scared. That's the sad part about it. You won't even back somebody that's speaking on your behalf. Even if you don't have the balls to say it, you still won't back him. That's some, I'm serious. Right now, you almost don't even want to defend black people because ain't nobody going to stand up and back you. Who's going to back you? Who's backing him? Where's the people? Where is Black South Africa rising up for him? Knowing holding these crackers accountable. Got the whole court. They own 75% of the land? White folk own it in a black country? Seriously? Got the best jobs, got the best areas, better water. You should see it. Then you got black folk going over there in that mess. Why would you want to go over there and live under that? South Africa is a place I would never go. I could just stay in America for that. But them black folks so scared. They have got them well trained. That's what happened when you allow white folk to educate your children. They got the same educational system we got, telling us how great white folk is. I rest.
Yeah, that's a You know, that's true. And look, check this out, because they're especially talking about black leaders. And look, this brother is trying to be president again at 92 years old.
With the situation of the elderly today, we can't make ends meet.
Poised to begin his 8th term as president. Yes, 92. His name is Paul Biya, and he's ruled Cameroon since 1982. 43 years,
Why don't he
8
sit
elections.
his ass down and let
1
somebody
minute.
else do it?
Let that sink in. When Biya first took power, Michael Jackson had just released Thriller. Remember that? The Berlin Wall was still standing, and most Cameroonians alive today weren't even born yet. But here's the part that shocks me most. In 2025, Paul Biya is still running, and although the results aren't official yet, by all indications, still winning elections. Even though he's barely seen in public, rarely speaks to his people, and reportedly spends months at a time abroad. So how does that happen? How does a man at 92 still hold on to power in a so-called democracy? And what kind of a system allows it to continue decade after decade? Because this isn't just about age. It's about a continent stuck in political deja vu, where leadership becomes inheritance, where longevity in office is seen as legacy and stepping down as weakness. So today, my people, we're breaking down Cameroon's 2025 election, and not just as another headline, but as a warning. Because when power becomes
Now, considering this too long, it's like 30 minutes, so y'all can watch it if you want to. But you see that his brother is
That is
92
the
years
worst
old.
thing ever. Why? Tell me why. 92. You had one more guy that's getting ready to run too. He's 82, 83, and he's over the Ivory Coast. Now, you know they have laws to where you can only run so many times. But the guy in Ivory Coast did something with the Constitution to say now that they can have unlimited, or they can, just run, right? So they didn't expect him to run again, but he's running again. Ivory Coast is up in arms. But now my thing is, it's just like black folk here with the Democratic Party. Same thing. Now these leaders have sold out, just like they told you. They put their money in their pocket. He lives mostly in Europe, enjoying his life, and his people starving, hungry. But you're not tired of being hungry? When their asses get tired of being hungry, they'll go and do like they did with Burkina Faso, get him up out of there, take over the country, kick the friends out, kick America out, and build your country. Until they get tired, they'll stay hungry, jobless, no jobs, no water is very limited, electric limited. You still having, streets not paved. But this is how they want to live. Okay. Keep voting them in. That man should have been dead a long time ago. Some of them leaders, you're gonna have to unseat them any way possible to get rid of them so that we can run the country and put it back on track. Because this is gonna take some young folk doing it. Ibrahim is 37 years old, the youngest, but he's doing for his own country. That's why they've tried to kill him 23, 24 times, right? Because he has chosen to do for his country. So when do we get to the place where we want to see change? Not just there, but here in America. Why do we keep voting for the same two parties? There are other political parties out there, but we keep voting for the same party. Now, because they mad at Trump, what they gonna do? Midterm, they're gonna go vote for the Democrats. Democrats are gonna get back in. Democrats are gonna get back in there. That's crazy to me. You're going tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. When we gonna stop? Okay, y'all turn. We're gonna make them so mad, y'all turn. But they don't even understand. Trump has done so much with that Constitution, it don't even matter. Because they don't even go by the Constitution anymore. They do what they want to do up in there. Yeah, Marilyn Mosby, that's the one I was telling you about. Brought up on charges. Remember she came in, she was gun-ho. Brought the police up on, brought the police up on charges that did whatever they did to Freddie Gray and blah, blah, blah. And then what they do? They destroyed her at the end, took her license. They destroyed this woman. When are we going to fight this? You shouldn't be able to come after me when you're doing dirt yourself. You dirty yourself and you're going to come over here because I'm speaking up for my people and I'm trying to protect mine. Same thing they did in Haiti. They killed a man in Haiti. He was trying to build it up. They went there and killed a man. What? Anytime you see a black person trying to do something for black people, they want to take their seat. They want to take their voice. They want to take them out. You ain't supposed to help your own, but they help their own all the time. Then they come up with a reason why we coming against you. Oh, you bought your property with your 401k. It's her 401k. She bought her property with it. Same thing Letitia James did. And I'm sure some others did the same thing. So they use their system to take them down. When white folk doing it anyway themselves. But ain't nobody taking them down. I'll rest with that. Jeremy, welcome.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Jermaine, I'm sorry. I said Jeremy did. I'm sorry, Jermaine.
Yeah, shouts out. What up, my brother Guy? Shouts out to Guy too.
Other breaking story: a federal judge is overturning Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby's mortgage fraud conviction, meaning she'll be able to keep her home in Florida. The judge is also upholding her 2 perjury convictions.
Now, mind you, because they're trying to act like what that stuff that happened with the sister, this sister is new. This happened before. Like, this is why I'm be kind of pissing me off too. Like, y'all act like this. Oh, now the Trump is in. Look what they're doing. Like, where have y'all been the last 15 years since we've been on here saying, "Hey, look what they're doing," and now you like, "Hey, look what they're doing." It's like maybe it's a good thing because now you're mad, just like me and Cassidra been mad this whole time. We ain't the only ones that's mad no more, Except for we still not. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna be quiet.
25's Mackenzie Frost with a look into today's decision and what this means for Mosby's future. Mackenzie?
Yeah, guys, so there is a lot of speculation about what this will mean for Marilyn Mosby's law license. I've talked to several legal experts who tell me that they believe that she could potentially lose it at this point because of what this ruling is. And because it was a split ruling from the Fourth Circuit, it may mean that Marilyn Mosby's legal saga is not over. Marilyn Mosby's legal story continues with another chapter, this time coming from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit. In a 2-to-1 split verdict stemming from a January hearing in Richmond, Mosby's mortgage fraud conviction is overturned. The judges writing, the district court gave the jury an erroneous venue instruction. The mortgage fraud conviction centered on a gift letter Mosby received from her then husband, Nick Mosby, indicating he would give her $5,000 to close on a condo in Longboat Key, Florida. But Nick did not have the money, and instead, Marilyn was the one who wired the money to Nick. The appellate judges determined federal prosecutors did not provide enough details. The mortgage fraud crime itself happened in Maryland, writing, a rational fact finder could infer that Mosby sent the gift letter from her home in Baltimore, but it could also reasonably conclude that there was insufficient evidence to determine that fact one way or the other. The judges argued the issue could have been fixed by direction from the district court, that the jury could establish venue by finding that an element of the crime was committed in Maryland.
I don't think it's necessarily a change in the government's stance or their strategy at trial.
Jeremy,
And that's the crime, the mortgage crime that they've committed, mortgage fraud. From a place. You remember when they bailed out the mortgage companies and the banks and all that stuff? When they was setting people up to lose all their stuff, and then they bailed them out using our tax money, man.
Yep, same thing.
That
They
my
bailed them
mortgage
out.
fraud.
To build them out. I sent you one more about the judge. I want you to see that one, who tried to help her brother out, right? And what happened was she won an election. They didn't want her because she was making a difference with those black babies, right? They was trying to bring the babies in the court any kind of way. And she was like, no, you have to do this. She was holding them accountable, right? They went out and her brother needed a job. So I guess she got him a job. But how many other people in the courts have gotten their whole family jobs, and we never hold them accountable. We never say anything. But then as soon as we do it, the same thing with MLK, Martin Luther King's son. They put him in jail. Remember? He had embezzlement charges. Same thing. But the white folk do it all the time. But as soon as black folk do it,
Yeah.
then it's an issue. Oh, this
Yeah, I
one's
remember
good.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you remember
remember
this
this
one?
one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was because of she gave her brother a job. So what?
Yeah.
You hire family members all the time. Them crackers do it all the time. But it was
All
more
the
to it than
time.
that. But go ahead.
Mhm. You can't do it, man.
After a judge sentenced another judge to jail time, chaos erupted in an Ohio courtroom, and taking the defendant into custody wasn't so easy, as a court officer had to drag her out. Former Cincinnati Judge Tracy Hunter was sentenced to 6 months in jail back in 2014, but she's been appealing the ruling ever since. She was convicted of misusing her position as a judge to help her brother, who was facing an employment dispute over his job in the county. Her lawyer has claimed her actions didn't break the law.
Judge Hunter has gotten up each morning not knowing whether that was going to be the day that she was going to have to go to jail.
But
Cassandra, you know the crazy thing? I had black people come on here and try to explain to me why they understand why Joe Biden let his crackhead son off, because if I was a father, I would understand and all of this stuff. But he had no kind of understanding or compassion when it came to you and your children. But black men have came on and told me, well, I would understand, because if I were a dad, then I would do the. Well, he shouldn't have made the laws in the first place. Then how about that? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. But it's okay when they do it. See, this is why we don't get no justice, because you'll make excuses when they use the law to save their own, right? But not to hurt you. We're gonna make excuses. That's okay. I'm supporting. You got to punish the wicked, but you don't say nothing. You don't punish them when they in your face do stuff. She was helping her brother, but there was some other stuff that was connected to that, though. Boy, these crackers, I tell you, it's enough. 6 months. They did enough to destroy her career. 6 months. And then they said the judge didn't even do anything wrong. So why am I brought up? They brought her up on like 40 charges and dropped like all but 3. That was the devil. So if she really was guilty, why you only give her 6 months? That's what I'm talking about. So was she really guilty? Or you were just trying to take her license, ruin her life, wreck her life, just trying to get her out of that position that she was voted into, that they didn't want her to have. That's what it all came down to. I'm telling you, it's time is out for this.
No,
For us allowing them to use, we ought to be able to say, no, you're not going to use your system against me. No. So-and-so did it down there. Or I would investigate all their asses. You bringing me up on charges? I'm getting investigating everybody. Everybody. Bringing out everybody's dirt. And I mean everybody's. You better not have nothing that I can pull up, because I'm pulling it up. And I'm going to court, I'm telling it all. So everybody going to jail. But we don't do that. You know stuff and won't even say nothing. Oh, I'm telling it. I'm going to sing like a dog. Telling all your dirt.
No, check this out though, because this was 10 years ago, and this was before any of this stuff happened that everybody been on here talking about. This judge here, because I used to talk about it, was suspended for ethics violation. You know what the ethic violation was? He didn't let a black defendant have an all-white jury, because especially it wasn't a jury of his peers.
Ain't that something? I thought it's supposed to be jury of our peers. What happened to that? So you can bring me up on charges for doing my job? Fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of all of it. I've had enough. I'm so sick of them. And we never hold them accountable. Just like Ozone. He was fighting for his life. Let's look at that. He fought for his life. Just like the Kenneth guy, Breonna Taylor, the man that was in the apartment, they tried to bring him up on charges, but nobody identified themselves. And they tried, and Judge Ole, Judge somebody, protected him, black judge. I'm surprised they didn't bring him up on charges. I think he had to apologize or something because they got mad because he wouldn't allow them to bring him up on charges when they was wrong in the first place. Well, I'm so tired. This has got to change, you guys. It's gotta change. It's gotta change. We gotta do something about this justice system. It sucks. I don't know, bring them up on. I don't know. Something can be done, but I don't even know what. It's so disgusting right now. But go ahead.
Let's see.
Really? You don't have to answer for it, but I want to make that part of the record. I'm offended by that. I wonder if the perpetrator had been white, would they be in fear of white men? The answer would probably be no.
I understand the court's outrage there. Well, I mean, I guess I really don't, but.
Well, you understand.
I understand where you're coming from, Your Honor.
I understand exactly where I'm coming.
Okay, so there's a lot of controversy surrounding this for many reasons. First, the fact that he spoke out against a victim statement, which a lot of people are saying is highly unusual, which I imagine it is unusual. That's one. Two, the fact that he spoke out against and he believes that the statement was racist. That's caused all kinds of controversy. Of course, you can't call out racism in America without being called a racist yourself, as if that makes any kind of logical sense at all. But the third reason is there's a lot of controversy because he gave the gentleman in the, I think his name is Wallace, last name is Wallace, they gave him probation instead of what the state was seeking, which was 20 years imprisonment for armed robbery. And so a lot of people have expressed that this judge is racist and that he has given a special benefit and a special privilege to this black guy because of his skin color. People have gone so far as saying that he needs to be impeached, that he needs to step down.
Ain't that something? Because it's
Oh
arrested.
my God!
Black guy.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Dealing with race issues.
You can't call them out.
I want to address it because it is I think it's a complicated issue. I think it's complicated, and I think
it's not that complicated.
I'm going to say, how complicated is it?
It's not that complicated, brother. I'm just saying.
Just when the judge said something, the white guy said, "Oh yeah. Oh, you know," and then he said, "Oh, you know what I mean." He knew. You thinking the white guy didn't know? You know they know. You just ain't gonna call it out because then you're gonna be the racist. I don't give a look. You can call me what I want to. I'm gonna bring it all out. All of it. Call me what you want to call me, but I'm gonna be free.
Yeah, and see, I ain't gonna play this, but this is when he was got called out because he wouldn't let the brother have the all-white jury. And so
get called out. But they get called, but they don't never get called out for the all-white jury with a black. You know what I'm saying? When they got all-white jury, they don't never have no black juries when it's when it's a white defendant do that. But then you want the black dude to have an all-white jury. Why? Because you know he gonna go to jail with that all-white jury. No.
this is showing you that we the ones that need education on what racism is.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
There's a judge in Kentucky that I must applaud. This brother, an African-American sitting criminal courts judge,
I love him,
was having a trial in his courtroom of an African-American defendant charged with a crime. And the jury pool, after being paneled and chosen, and the jury was set in a box on 2 separate occasions for the same case, the juries were all white. So the judge decided to dismiss both juries, and he said that the jury should reflect the racial makeup of the city and the county in which the court sits, and that it's unconstitutional in his mind that an African-American should have to be judged by an all-white jury. But he's not the first to say that. That even was said by the Supreme Court once in America, that it is unconstitutional for an all-white jury to sit in judgment of another person of color because there is some biases there.
Okay, so what you're saying is what this judge...
And by the way, the Supreme Court never said nothing like that. They do it all the time, every day.
is doing, which is basically reverse preemptive jury nullification is fine. And that let's flip the table, shall we, for a minute? And I have many points to make about this. If we had a white judge with a white defendant and an all-black jury, can you imagine what would happen? The uproar from the Black Lives Matter movement and all the rest of them, if this had been a reverse situation. I mean, it's not right. Regardless, justice should be blind. And hang on a minute. Jury pools are made up of registered voters. Whites tend to be more registered voters than African Americans. As well, whites make more up of a population generally than African Americans. I don't know the racial makeup of this town, but you cannot nullify a jury and think that white people cannot judge black people fairly.
No,
That's ridiculous.
That's not what happened, Ms. Box.
And that's actually racist.
Well, that's what it is, whether she like to hear it or not. That's what it is.
What this judge is saying is that the jury pool should not be chosen for voter registration rolls. It should be chosen by driver's license also. That way we can begin to choose people that racially diversely make up the entire city and county what that court sits in. It is only fair and right, because what you said about a white guy being judged by all black jury, that has never happened in America. So we can get away from that.
Okay,
that's a fallacy.
But hang on a minute. But the point is still valid. You cannot say that a group of white people do not have the wherewithal to judge a black person fairly.
We can say that.
This is the problem.
He said
Yes,
he said an all-white jury.
This is the problem.
Is unfair.
This is the problem with the culture. We keep dividing instead of thinking of ways we can come together.
Box, wait a minute, Ms. Box. Did you white people say that when O.J. Simpson had an all-black jury?
That was called jury nullification.
He had an all-black jury, and they set that brother free.
He did not have an all-black jury.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He had all-black jury.
The glove didn't fit, by the way.
He had an all-black
as far as I
jury.
remember,
there were not three whites on
and
that jury.
that would be called jury nullification, which this judge is trying to do in reverse.
All right, Cassidra, because
I'm so sick of these folks. It's done all the time in America. All the time. We see an all-white jury when the defendant is black, and what happens? They go to jail. Period. Because we know these people, and she know her people. They cannot. When they see a black man, it's always going to be guilty. Period. I don't care if the evidence says that he's not guilty. We know how they are. It's always going to be guilty until proven innocent. Period. And then it's still not going to be proven innocent. If they got something to do with it, yeah, it's going to jail. Period. Now, I don't know what her thinking is, right? They think totally different than us, because she can't have that argument anyway, because she's not black. She don't see, because stuff don't happen to her that happens to us. So stuff that happened to us, we can go there and tell her, but she'll say, that don't happen. I've never had that kind of incident with a police officer. He's never flung me to the ground. He's never flung my brother to the ground. He's never put a knee on my husband's back. He's never thrown my brother to the ground and she will never experience what we experience, but we try to tell them it's happened. They look at us and say, well, what did you do? What the hell what do you mean? What did we do? What do we always do? Wake up black. Period. So that argument, she can't even get up there and argue that. Period. Go ahead. Bawana, welcome.
Yeah, oh my bad, I was on mute. Yeah, what up, Awana? But yeah, and that's the thing, like, because the truth is, if it was facing an all-black jury, they would be the first one to say how unfair it is, how racist it is. You know what I'm saying? They'd be the first one yelling. Now, I also had this one consider. Now, this is when they first started messing with my page. Say 8 years ago. Like, it had started getting a lot of views, and that's when I first started getting strikes on this page, you know. And then ever since then, it started messing with like my page or whatever. But now this is and was happened in Florida, you know. Now she calls herself a black woman, Aramis Ayala, and she was supposed to be the first black state attorney elected, you know, down there. And what she was trying to do was get rid of the death penalty, because you know why only black people get the death penalty in Florida. And so they had a problem with her because she wasn't putting black people to death. And so they started making cases against her to take her cases away. And then they start pulling her over, harassing her. Just the video of them pulling her over.
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's the traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows are really dark. I don't have a tint measure, but that's another reason for the stop.
All right. Do you guys have cards on here?
Yeah, 1 second. Actually, this isn't my car.
Now they messing with her because the tents is dark, but this is a state vehicle. Like they pulling her over because the state vehicle has tents on it. You know what I'm saying?
Like she did the tent herself, huh?
Right.
Okay.
Month, Orange Ayala State Attorney Aramis Ayala announced her office will no longer seek the death penalty in any murder case, including the case of Markeith Lloyd.
They took her cases away. She's an elected official, and they took her cases away from her. So,
Ain't that something? You can't go in there and do your job. Can't go in there and do things right. Can't go in there and protect your own like they do theirs. Go ahead.
Girlfriend, as well as Orlando police officer Deborah Clayton. This is State Attorney Aramis Ayala.
I would like to address how my office will be handling death penalty cases going forward. In just over a year, Florida's death penalty statute has twice been ruled unconstitutional. While I currently do have discretion to pursue death sentences, I have determined that doing so is not in the best interest of this community or the best interest of justice. After careful review and consideration of the new statute, under my administration, I will not be seeking death penalty in cases handled in my office. Let me be very clear, however. I will continue to hold people who do harm to this community accountable for their actions. I will do so in a way that is sensible, fair, and just.
State Attorney Aramis Ayala's announcement sparked immediate backlash from the police union and the Florida Governor Rick Scott, who called on Ayala to recuse herself from the Lloyd case. She refused. The governor then signed an executive order removing her from the case and reassigning it to another state attorney, Brad King. Ayala responded by filing a stay of the governor's order, arguing he does not have the right to remove her from the case. In the meantime, Ayala, who is the first African-American state attorney in Florida history, began receiving death threats, including from local government employees. The assistant finance director of the Seminole County Clerk of Court's office, Stan McCullers, wrote on Facebook, maybe she should get the death penalty. She should be tarred and feathered, if not hung from a tree, unquote. McCullers resigned after issuing.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Them crackers don't never quit, do they? They don't never freaking quit. That woman had to, now she was voted in and wanted to change the system. You can't change nothing with them because they want to keep it the same. Even though it's not working, well, it's working good for them. But that woman, she didn't even want to vote again, reelect. She didn't even go up for re-election. That's how bad it was for her. But that's so sad. This is the America we live in. You be black and you try to do your job right. You try to check some things and put some things in place. Oh, you'll get threatened with all kind of death penalties. We're going to hang you. We're going to do this. We're going to go back to the old days. Tommy, we need to hang her up. What the hell are you talking about? For what? Me doing the right thing? Why not we hang you up? That's crazy.
Yeah. And Buwana said it's a Colombian last name. Yeah, probably she, down in Florida, but she'd be like, "Oh, both of my parents is black." I don't know what both of her parents is, but this is, like I said, I did this like 8 years ago, and this is when they first started messing with my page. Anyway, when I showed this, but yeah, Cassidra, I just wanted to show you that, and now let me show you this, because I guess I shouldn't even play this dude because he's like too lame anyway. So I'll play this brother saying it just so we don't have to say it.
White people are never, ever, ever going to give up white supremacy willingly. And that's because of the consequences that it would cause if they gave it up. And I'm not talking about mean words related to race. I'm not talking about hurt feelings. I'm talking about systemic white supremacy. White supremacy is all about control of resources. And these resources could be labor, they could be territory, they could be the resources on that territory, like oil or cobalt. It's also about power, legislative power, economic power, cultural power, or influence. And all these different facets of white supremacy have worked together for hundreds of years to put white people in the place they are now. White people are 14 or 15% of the world population. They control 60% of the wealth.
The US dollar controls 60% of global reserves. The IMF.
As I like to say, 10% of the Earth's less than 10% of the Earth's population, but have committed over 90% of the crimes against humanity and other things. So I want to show you something positive too before we get off of here, though, Cassidra. Check this out. I just found out about this. That I'm going to this next time I get the opportunity, because it's like 2 things off. It's like every other weekend or whatever. But here they got the RVA Black Farmers Market. So, my friend put me on to this, and I haven't had a chance to go yet, but I'm definitely gonna go. So, pretty sure everybody got their own thing around here. So,
Wow, this is good to hear. Wow, this is good to hear.
let's see. Um, and of course they do it, like I said, they do it every other weekend. Let me see. I guess I got a video or something. I think this was from the other day when I found out about it. It's in Richmond, Virginia. It's in Richmond, Virginia.
These green peppers, as you can see, and they're so tasty. Sometimes they even get a little bit of red in it. It's kind of weird, but green peppers do turn red. We got eggplant here that's coming in here. You see these purple flowers? They're gonna become eggplant in the next couple of weeks. Hi, my name is Navy Johnson, also known as Be the Writer, and I'm the founder of RBA's Black Farmers Market. And right now we're here in my mom's garden out in Churchill. I just want to let you guys know that on August 22nd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., we will be at 1700 Blair Street, the Way of the Lord Fellowship, having our rerun of the Farmers Market. We did it last Saturday, and it was wonderful, but it got rained and rained and rained on. But all the rain was so that we can grow into a bigger and better market. So come on out this Saturday. Join us again. We're celebrating African-American farmers and growers and the community and how we all take care of.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was raining this weekend too, but I was at work or whatever. On the slave thing, because I can admit it, I know y'all don't like to.
Hey guys, my name is Kayla, and I come to the Richmond, Virginia's Black Farmers Market, and I just want to say that the rain is not going to kill you. I'm coming out here because I need groceries, and we all know that Kroger is not the way, Food Line is not the way, okay guys? And plus, we need the rain in order to grow our food, right? So come on out here, please, and if you have your hair done like me, wrap it up and get your booty out there. See here. Hey guys, my name is Kayla, and I come to the Richmond.
Yeah, and that was this weekend. Well, last Saturday or whatever when it was.
And this is what we need to be supporting right here. Take your money, as much of your money, away from them as you can. Period. It's time for us to do something different.
Say that again, Cassidra.
I said this is what we need to do. We need to support our own. It's time for us to take our money away from them. That right there in Richmond, everybody needs to be supporting them. And Richmond got a lot of people in it. There's no reason for that fish market to be struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I say this, but my friend put me onto it in the first place, you know.
Wow,
So
awesome.
shouts out to that.
Yes, awesome. You
Um,
should took your camera out and went down there and interviewed them. Should have went and took your phone and interviewed them.
oh
What
yeah, I'm
makes you
definitely going. It's every other weekend. I ain't like well this weekend I ain't gonna lie, I was working or whatever on some being a slave or whatever,
That's
so
okay. It's only for a minute. Only for a minute. We all did it. We all done it.
yeah.
Even the ones that with their own business.
But anyway, consider what you want to say something to wrap it up?
I just, you know what, we do these shows because I want us to understand and us to see. This stuff bothers me so bad. And I deal with it all week, right? I watch stuff and I just don't understand when I see Black folk and how we allow them to use their systems against us and we do nothing about it. Because as soon as you turn that thing back to them, then you get you begin to get some results. But if we don't say anything and we continue allowing this, them to use their system, just like NFAC, we didn't say anything when they went after their brother. If Black folk had a rose up nationally, globally, like we should have, like we did for George Floyd, things would be different, I think, with him. I don't think they would have gave him 7 years. I don't think they would have messed with him. If they had known that you mess with him, we rising up and we gonna burn this bitch down, I guarantee you things would have been different. But we don't stand up for each other. That's why you almost hate to stand up for Black people, because you know that nobody else is going to stand up with you when it comes to a Black folk. We so scared, man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm good. I ain't got no problems with them. I'm just going, this is what they say. But Julius Malema, NFAC, Marilyn Mosby, they were standing up for Black people. What did we do to protect them? What do we ever do to protect them? And why is it so hard for us to come together to protect them, especially when we see them using their system against us? And they do it all the time and they get away with it. How do we shut that system down? By investigating everybody that bringing charges. You investigate them and you put that stuff out there just like they putting you out there. You put it all out there. Seriously, that's what I would do. Oh, you want to mess with me? Okay, go investigate him. I want everything you got on him. I want a newspaper. I want to put it online. Put it out there. Facebook it. Instagram it. Put newspaper. I don't care. Put it out there on the news. You have to go dirty with these people. You can't go nice. You can't, well, we're going to just forget about it. Well, it's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not okay. You fighting dirty, I'm going to fight dirty with you. You want to get down dirty? Let's go. I'm made for it. So I hope we're thinking about some of this stuff. I hope even with that farm, okay, these people coming out, they doing some planting, they farming. Those are the ones we need to be supporting. You'll go and support Walmart, but you'll see your own brothers and sisters in Richmond, and you'll go to Walmart and get your vegetables instead of going where they are. Come on, you guys, we got to do better. We got to start unbrainwashing ourselves. They've done a real good job with us, brainwashing us. Now it's time for us to unbrainwash ourselves. Because what you're seeing today, it's not their fault. It's our fault now because we've allowed it for so long and we keep walking in the same old stuff year after year, day after day, and not changing anything. I'm tired of what I see. I'm tired of how they will put Black folk out there. Like we created this for ourselves. Like we put drugs in our own neighborhood. We put guns in our own neighborhood. They want to point fingers at us and say, you. No, you. We see the white on crime. We see the white on white crime. We see you killing your mamas. We see you killing your families. We see you shooting up schools. We see you shooting up the Walmarts. We see you blowing up daycares, Timothy McVeigh and his dad. We see you. So every time you want to come and tell us about ourselves, let's tell you about yourself. You get your stuff. You got enough stuff going on in your house. Go take care of your house. Coming over here talking about my house. I got this over here. Let's talk about your house. They point fingers, we point them right back. We holding them accountable. They want to put Black stuff, folk stuff out there. We put Nick stuff out there. I don't give a damn if they say, oh, y'all, we racist. Well, who started it? We got it from you. We hear a lot of times they talk about the baby mamas. Who was the first baby mama? Who was the first? White men, slavery. That was the first baby daddy. Made millions of black babies. Raping slaves, raping them black women and slaves, raping them. Those weren't baby mamas. Those weren't baby daddies. They made millions of it. That's where black folk got it from. Then they turn around and did black folk the same way. Black men made them into baby daddies. But they were the first. So we learned it from them. So when they point fingers and say, oh, you baby daddies. No, go check out who was the first baby daddy. They were the slave masters. I'm just saying. It's time for us to hold them accountable. They want to pull our chain, we're going to pull theirs. We're going to bring their history back. Don't you remember this? Blah, blah, blah. We didn't bring that. We didn't invent that. You invented it. Let me show you how. I don't know how we're going to fix it, but it can be fixed if we want it to be fixed. But I rest with that.
Oh yeah, facts, and look, I'll do something different. And shouts out to Bawana in the building. I appreciate you for coming through. You said when they go low, you go high, I guess, That's where reason for the one drop rule. Yeah, and everybody uses that. That's why I'd be like, even the Chinese right now is using that to impregnate the African women so they can take the land. And like everything is war to
That's what it's about,
everybody.
taking
You
that
know what I'm
land.
saying?
That's what it's about. But if you remember history, Killers of the Flower Moon, they did the same thing with the Indian women. Look at the history. They did the same thing. So now they say, oh, we're going to have babies by these African women so we can have claim to the land. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. We got to be smarter than them, y'all. We can't be this dumb. Sometimes I look at black folk and I'm like, Lord, what's going on here? Why I think so different? I don't know. But I wish we can get on one accord. I wish y'all can see through my eyeballs. Or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I need to see through y'all's. Because I'm missing something.
I'm good.
I'm missing something.
Your
I
eyeballs
don't know
your
what it is.
eyeballs is good.
I got to be missing something. I'm serious. I got to be missing something. I don't know. Because what
Yeah.
I'm seeing, I'm not pleased. And I've had enough.
Yeah, you don't see through the European beauty standard eyes. That's the
No,
problem.
my God. Lord have mercy, help me. Whew.
But yeah, shouts out to Raw, shouts out to Jermaine,
Yeah.
Guy, Koku, shouts out to Koku, Miss Karma 804. I appreciate you. Time to work. I'm gonna do a little different. Like back when I used to before I even started doing the lives, y'all should watch them. Them the ones that got like the most views, I guess. And some people only wanted to see it, but it do cost a lot of energy to do it, and to go off. I want to like just I guess show a little bit of like even what I was saying 8 years ago. Not what I was saying, but just some of the videos that because towards the end in the middle of everything I put in like a break or whatever, and then I show you a bunch of wild videos, and this just one of them. So I just see what I was talking about.
With violence. Many asked why. Because some of the people who had thought that it would be better to settle these cases violently, I had been able to persuade them that we should use the courts and go into the courts. So this thing had boomeranged, and I was being held responsible for having brought these cases to court. There was a trial where a Negro maid had been kicked down a flight of stairs by a white man, and that this man hadn't even bothered to come to his own trial, and that he had also been acquitted. And there was a demonstration as a result of this in the courtroom by the Negro women of the community. And they had approached me and had said, well, you said that you would see that these people would be punished because through the organization we would have competent counsel. And that if it hadn't been for you, that these people would have been punished. And they wanted to know what I would recommend that they do from then on. And so I recommended that they meet violence with violence, that Negroes must be prepared to repulse attacks, that they must be willing to fight, that they must be willing to die and to kill if necessary, that there was no law, no 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution of equal protection in the South, and that therefore they didn't have any deterrent, so they would have to create the deterrent force themselves by meeting violence with violence.
Perhaps I'm not the me. Any man.
I remember that.
Here in this room knows what you do, why you do a thing like that.
News. It's been nearly 3 years since Beaverton, Ohio police officers shot and killed a black man carrying an unloaded toy air rifle through the aisles of Walmart. Store surveillance video from August 5th, 2014 shows 22-year-old John Crawford III with the merchandise he picked up from a store shelf, walking around while talking on his phone. A customer called 911 claiming Crawford was loading the rifle and pointing it at children. According to authorities, the video proves otherwise. But that call is what prompted Beaverton police officers to storm in, shooting and killing Crawford in the store. This week, the Department of Justice announced it will not bring federal charges against the white police officer, Sean Williams, who shot and killed Crawford, a decision that family attorney Michael Wright calls disappointing.
If this is not a case where officers should be prosecuted, then I don't know under what set of facts will the Department of Justice prosecute any police officer. You have a young man walking in a retail.
To assess the situation, the son and father of two would still be alive. But months after the shooting, a grand jury investigation found the two officers involved were justified in their actions.
All right, for Mr. Simpson.
Oh yeah, you brought up O.J. Simpson.
All right, Mr. Simpson, in addition to the $25 administrative assessment and the $150 DNA fee,
For some reason, this pissed off a lot of white people.
as follows.
I wonder why.
Count 1, conspiracy to commit a crime, 1 year in the county jail. Count 2, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, a minimum term of 12 months, max term of 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. Count 2 to run concurrent to count 1. Count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery, a minimum term of 12 months, max term of 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. Count 3 to run concurrent to count 2. Count 4, burglary while in possession of a deadly weapon, a minimum term of 26 months, a maximum term of 120 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. Count 4 to run concurrent to count 3.
Black, he was OJ.
Count 5, the first degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon, a fixed term of 15 years, parole eligibility beginning after 5 years, with a consecutive 12 to 72. That'll run concurrent to count 4. Count 6, first degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon, a fixed term of 15 years with parole eligibility beginning after 5 years, with a consecutive 12 to 72. The assault with a deadly weapon, a minimum term of 18 months, a maximum term of 72 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. That'll run.
Because you seen that they shot the brother in Walmart. He got off. They gave his brother 10 years for stealing his own football car.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. His own stuff. He stole his own stuff back. He went and took it. He didn't steal it. He took it.
He just took his stuff back.
So they set him up. That was a setup. Gave him 10 years. He had to serve 10 years. That was just for that murder. That's what the murder that they couldn't convict him of. So then they turn around and use that same system against him, like they always do. This is nothing new. They have always done this. When it's black, they'll come up with a charge out there behind, just so they can show you, I got you. You got nothing. You lied to get me because he was set up. He was set up and didn't even know he was set up. He saw his stuff and went and got his stuff back. He didn't steal his stuff. It's his stuff. How are you going to steal your own stuff back? I'm taking my stuff because he took my stuff. So why didn't you put the guy that stole it from me in jail? You put me in jail. Ain't that the craziest thing? When I heard that case, I said, that's the craziest case ever. Why would he go to jail for his own stuff? Where was the guy that stole it? Why he didn't go to jail? Okay, I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. They get away with stupid stuff when it come to us. And then want us to make it make sense. It don't. Because you're a liar. Every time they breathe, they lying about something or doing some dirt. And then hide their hand and look at you and point at you. Got black on black crime over there. What?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer?
I mean, even with OJ, that was white on white crime because as
Exactly.
they was
That's
mad,
killed her.
but they
He
got to
didn't do it.
remember the glove did not fit. Like,
Exactly.
so what are you gonna do, right? You know,
Make it fit like they was trying to, and got mad because it didn't fit.
got mad.
That's what they get for not investigating that girl, because we already knew she was a crackhead. She must have been hanging out with Biden's son then. I'm just
Had a bunch of prostitutes and crackheads.
okay. I'm just saying, we know who killed her. There was a mafia here. We know that. But you didn't even bother to investigate that, did you? And
Ain't
then
say
got mad
nothing.
because you couldn't pin it on the black man.
Ain't say nothing about the racist cop playing the evidence or nothing.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that brother. Shouts out to Johnny Cochran, and he
Yeah, who
passed
died for
away.
that?
You
He
know,
died for that. They killed him. You ain't gonna tell me they didn't. Oh, they killed that brother. You ain't gonna tell me they didn't. There's a drug that you can take that it won't even, it'll look like a heart attack. Oh, I believe they killed him. I sure do. Just like Mayor Harold Washington in Chicago. They killed him too. Black guy. They didn't think he was gonna make a second term. He made a second term. I don't think he was in there a year. They killed him. He died of a heart attack. Okay. And we knew who ran Chicago before he got in there. Mayor Daley, remember? And his son. And they were with the mafia. People know that. That's nothing new.
yeah. Italians ran the police and stuff.
Exactly.
And black people, oh, Italians is black too. Is they?
Oh Lord, please.
And go tell them that.
Yeah, go tell them that.
Don't tell me. You try to tell me.
Exactly.
We want to make everybody anyway consider. So we're gonna wrap it up. You know, he wasn't black. He was OJ. So he's
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Okay, yeah. Well,
Just
he
like
said that himself, didn't he? He was OJ.
so. Yeah, I appreciate all of y'all for listening. You got anything else to say,
Yeah.
Cassandra?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for coming in, you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. So shouts out to all of y'all for listening, and we'll be back next week. And I don't know. I try to be back before then too. So as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.